That's half-time whistle.
Marcus. Go, Sam. Roll Sam.
I think we're on 87 minutes now. Well, I'm next to the pitch. Just near the halfway line, just inside the Rochdale St Clements half. Where is it? This is in Rochdale. Burton Park, home of Rochdale St Clements. It was only about a minute to go, if that. Still 4-2 to the visitors, Heyside. Yeah, pre-season friendly. The home team, Rochdale St Clements, are from the Lancashire Amateur League, and the away side are Heyside from the Manchester League. This is a bit of a pre-season friendly. The season for the Manchester League starts on Saturday. It's a week later for the Lancashire Amateur League. Well, it's very dark here now as well, I can hardly see. It looks brighter on the screen, but it is very dark cloud cover now. I think the referee's lost his watch. Oh, he's found it. There you go, full time. Yes, Heyside are one of the new teams in Division 1 of the Manchester League. They seem to have been alright here. They went 3-0 up very quickly. I think it was by 20 minutes they were already 3-0 up. Let me just refer to my notes. No, pardon me, on the half hour they went 3-0 up. But then Rochdale St Clements came back into it, scoring 2 goals around half time. And then we had a great 4th goal for Heyside from the edge of the area on 64 minutes, and that's how it finished in the end. There was a few youth players both sides were fielding, has to be said, but it is a pre-season friendly after all. So yeah, season gets underway for Heyside against Prestwich Hayes reserves on Saturday, and Rochdale St Clements have got to wait another week before they get underway. Presumably they've got another friendly next week, I'm not too sure. Players just making their way back to the changing rooms up the hill. It's been a crowd of about 8 today, if you ignore all the officials and things.
JP, just come here for 5, please, pal.
There's the Heyside manager.
What? It's too tight, isn't it? We're not getting everybody one of those. Just come here, just for 5.
Oh.
You've been out here for about 5 minutes.
Let's see what Heyside are going to talk about post-match.
Hey? Hold on. Hold on, boys. Hold on. Hold on, fellas. Good run out, boys. Okay, well done. Well done. Yeah? All of us, well done. We found out a lot more tonight than we did do Saturday. A lot more tonight than we did do Saturday. Again, I mentioned 5 bodies before that are not with us tonight that are going to be involved at some point. What you've all done tonight is shown squad-wise that you want to play, okay? And that is really, really, really important, because this season, boys, we can't go and play 36 games without having a squad of 17, 18, 19 players. Some of you are going to come off, some of you are going to go back on, okay? Now we get into the season, some of you are going to be starting, some of you know that, 1 or 2 are going to be with the reserves, we know that. The important thing for me, boys, is that as a squad, whether you're first team or your reserve, that we give everything to the club, okay? From the first team point of view, we want to be competitive. We want to be competitive. And tonight, the effort that you've shown, the commitment that you've shown, has made sure that we're going to be competitive this season, boys. There's going to be some tough games, and we stick together. We stick together. Okay, fellas? We'll find a few things out again tonight. You'll be finding things out about each other. Let's go after it, Saturday. All right, well done, fellas. Tonight. Yeah, well
boys.
Done. Well done, boys.
Interesting, so Prestwich Hayes reserves will be looking forward to meeting Heyside on Saturday. That'll be an interesting game. I'm going to go and get an interview with the Heyside manager in a minute. I'll put that up on Twitter later. So that's it from Burton Park. Here come the goals, hang on. The goals are coming back to wherever they're supposed to be. Who'd have thought you'd been watching coverage of football goals moving back to the storage area? Right, that's it now. I'll be at another game in a couple of weeks' time, I think. I said I'm going to get an interview with Heyside manager now, and you might hear some of that on the Manchester League podcast, hopefully. But until next time, see you soon. Right, so I'm joined now by Geoff Howard, the manager of Heyside. Well, what a game today.
Yeah, it's what pre-season should be all about. It was an open game, everybody trying to play football, and lots of goals. So really good good end to the pre-season. That we're looking forward, obviously, to get going on Saturday. So yeah, good game today.
Of course, final score: Rochdale and Clements of the Lancashire Amateur League 3, Heyside 4. So lots of goals. Then talk us through that.
Yeah, we started off well, really. We scored around about 8 minutes in. We got a free kick over on the right hand side, and Brad, who's got a wicked left foot, has curled it in from just outside the box. Keeper might be disappointed it's gone at his near post, but it's a good free kick. We've gone 2-0 up within 5 minutes after that. A great break down the right from Daniel Dunn, crossing, and Mark Hopwood's coming at the back post on his left-hand side to make it 2-0. Again, about 6-7 minutes later, this was how open the game was. Rochdale St Clements pulled one back. Again, they broke away down our right-hand side. Little slide-through pass into their centre-forward, and he's put it past our keeper. They hit the crossbar on the 20th minute, and then on the half-hour mark, we went and made it 3-1. The third goal, again, it was a well-worked goal, and Daniel Dunn came in at the back post. And managed to squeeze in from the back post. So they pulled one back just before half-time to make it 3-2. Which it stayed at half time. On the hour mark, Rochdale came out very strong, start the second half, equalised but on the hour mark, I think, to make it 3-3. And then we kind of come back into it a little bit more then, and probably about 10-15 minutes later, a great move, Young going down the left hand side, one of our 17-year-olds making a debut, come inside, tucked it to the centre forward, and he's curled a beauty from the edge of the box into the right hand side.
So that was, of course, your last pre-season friendly before the season gets underway for real on Saturday.
Yeah, that's right. We've had an okay pre-season. We've managed to get 4 games in. Obviously, with it being a big long season this year, with it being 19 teams in, I didn't want us to have too many. We've been training since the end of June, so yeah, we're ready to go on Saturday.
So Heyside, one of the new teams in the Manchester League. Tell us a little bit about the team, because I'd never even heard of you before this week. Yeah,
Heyside as a junior club are one of, if not the biggest junior club in Oldham. The senior side's been a little bit more remote, really. Up to sort of 1998, there's a couple of guys, Mick Cummins, John Norbury, who formed the club as the old Weavers Arms in the old South East Lancashire League many years ago. They then moved to the Huddersfield League in 1998, had 1 or 2 bits of success. And then 2 or 3 years ago we managed to win Division 2, competed last year very well in Division 1, and through the vision of the club and myself and 1 or 2 of the other backroom lads, plus quite a few of the players, we wanted to make the step up into the Manchester League. So Heyside are an Oldham club, an Oldham born club, but been playing over the hill, so it's nice to come back over this end now.
You're going to start off on Saturday with the mighty Prestwich Hayes, their reserve team.
Yeah, possibly. You know, the toughest fixture we could look for, really. We expect them to be very, very strong this season. Obviously, massive respect for Prestwich Hayes. The first team had a great year last year and deservedly gone into the North West Counties League. And the reserves, again, rightfully so, have been promoted to Division 1 after having a really, really good season last year. So we expect them to be very, very strong. So I'm looking for a very competitive game, yeah.
And that, of course, is the start of 3 consecutive home games to start your season off.
Yeah, we've drawn lucky this year. The last 2 years we've had 2 midweek away games travelling over the other side of Huddersfield. So sometimes it works out for you, sometimes it doesn't. Obviously this time 3 home games will give us a little bit of advantage, but I'm not expecting too much, to be honest. I think every side's going to be really competitive. So it's about what we do on the day, really.
And there should be a few good local Oldham derbies for you this season.
Yeah, really looking forward to going back to my old club Hollingwood, who I played in the Manchester League for 21 years ago or so. Played for sort of 6 or 7 years for them. Played for Chadderton many years ago as well. Obviously their reserve side are in there. And Upper Mill, who had a tough season last year, and I expect them to be stronger again this year. So it's good to see that we're competing with some of the stronger sides in Oldham again, really.
So it's interesting. If we look now at the Division 1 as a whole, it's going to be, I'm sure you agree, a fascinating season. Obviously, you're one of the new sides, the 5 new sides, plus Prestwich Hayes reserves from the Division 1. So what do you know about these, the other sides? Obviously you know a lot about yourselves. What do you know about the other sides, like Altrincham Hale, for example?
Yeah, Altrincham Hale from the Altrincham and District League, which I think was on a similar part of the Huddersfield League. So again, you know, like ourselves, they're going to be an unknown quantity. Bolton County, I know from my days with Oldham Unions. We had 1 or 2 friendlies with them when they were in the West Lancs League, I think. So again, I expect them to be a well-drilled, organised side. Govan Athletic from the Lancs and Cheshire League, again, you know, another organised side, and I think they're playing down on Platt Lane as well this year. So again, it's just another really good setup. Manchester Central, who are playing obviously at the side of the Etihad this year, which is again a fantastic setup for them, and a new club which I know little about at all. I think they're a brand new side, aren't they? So.
Yeah, so any of those could be a threat, I guess. It should be interesting. The other, of course, we've got to watch out for the relegated teams from the Premier Division. Obviously, you're aware of those.
Yeah, of course. Booth Town, I think Atherton Town will be very strong this year. Just reading between the lines, they've had some really strong pre-season friendlies, so I would anticipate them to be a threat this year. Booth Town and Upper Mill, who had tough seasons last year, they're going to come down, and obviously they're going to be competitive and going to be very strong. So every single game, we're going to have to be on our mettle, definitely.
So what about the rest of the teams then? Because if that wasn't bad enough, all those unknown teams and the strong teams from the Premier Division, we've got the amazing sort of playoff race we had last season, even though the playoffs didn't happen, but we had an amazing race for them. And you know, there's several teams that could do really well this season.
Yeah, it's going to be, if I miss you out, by the way, I apologise, you know, because there's so many of you, but, you know, you look at Chapeltown, I think, finished in 4th place last year, Lee Athletic in 5th, Haywood St James in 6th, and, you know, would have all been vying for a playoffs. I think Earlham Steel won the trophy, didn't they, as well, I think. You know, that's 3rd to 7 teams, 4 teams there we've not even mentioned, and Pennington only I think Pennington finished 2 points off Earlham Steel, which were in 7th, and Haywood in 6th, so, yeah, they're all going to be really competitive.
Okay, so yeah, that's interesting because look at Earlham Steel. They finished 7th, but 3 days before the end of the season, they could still have finished in the playoffs. I mean, it was an amazing race, and that was with 13 teams. There's 19 teams battling it out this season. I mean, what's your prediction for the title winners then?
Heyside. I can't, until I've seen every single side, you know, and there's going to be plenty of ups and downs. I think we'll be competitive, but I think there's probably 1 or 2 sides who'll fancy themselves more. Honestly, over 36 games, it's who's the most consistent. In the Huddersfield League, if we lost 2 or 3 at the start of the season, I'd have said we're not going to win the title. You can potentially afford to lose 2 or 3 now and still recover with the amount of games we've got. Title winners, Atherton Town.
It's interesting. I'm going to throw in an interesting one. I think Lee Athletic, who were in 3rd place for the last month of the season, and yet just missed out, and I think they're going to come strong this season.
Okay, interesting. I know little about Lee, apart from, like you say, you know, they finished 1 point off 3rd place, so they're going to be strong. I'll look out for them though. Yep, definitely now.